Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Cooking with Lisa. I'm prepping for Thanksgiving. Got my grandma over there on the cakes, and what I'm doing right now is going through washing my greens, cutting them up. That way, tomorrow it's a smooth sale process. See the greens, boop, boop. And these are collards. I do not like turnips and mustard greens. I like kale in my smoothies. Smoothie. I have already pulled most of the stalk off. That way, that hard part ain't all in the green. So what I'm doing is stacking them on top of each other. That way, it's an easier cutting process. Cut this board down. So, in the comments below, make sure you drop and tell me and everyone else that watches the video what you're going to be cooking for the holidays, or what you all are going to have for the holidays, you and your family and friends or whatnot. What we're going to have, which I'm going to show in the video me prepping, it's going to be dressing, ham, turkey wings, macaroni, and some deviled eggs. I'm going to actually do the deviled eggs in a little while. I think I already did a video of me making deviled eggs, but I'm going to have it in this video too as well. So here we go. You roll them greens on up and cut it into little thin parts. You roll it up like a sushi. See that? Boom. See? Maybe I pull it over here a little bit.
Use this one here.
Greens. Okay. The greens. Oh, greens. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video while I finish cutting up my greens, and then I'm gonna start it back when I start prepping the other stuff. All right, those greens are cut up as you can see, and now I'm gonna go ahead and boil my ham hocks. So these are gonna boil until the meat starts falling off, and then that's when I'll start the process for the greens. All right, good morning, and happy Thanksgiving. So what we have here is our sage sausage, which I am about to cut on to go ahead and get my dressing going. Right now, what I have boiling is the chicken broth for my dressing. And over here is a little sample to let you know what type of sage sausage to get. It is Jimmy Dean. And over here, this is what I'm going to use to make my dressing. So give me just a second to go ahead and get everything combined, and I'm going to show you what my dressing looks like. All right, so we are finishing up that sage sausage, and here we go with my chicken broth and my turkey meat and my bell peppers and onions that are going to go in the dressing. I just got to shred that turkey up a little more, but this concoction is going to go in that dressing, and I'm going to show you all how to go about doing that in just a few minutes. Just finishing this up here. Yes, all of this is going in the dressing, so once we get rid of the rest of this here pink, I'm going to show you all how I go about making the dressing come together. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Finna show y'all how I do this dressing. I did wrap my hair up. Okay. Alright, so what you did not already see is me go ahead and pour a bag of this herb seasoned classic cornbread stuff and stuff. I do buy mine from Kroger. Walmart has it as well. So if you're trying to figure out what I use, that is what I use. I don't use the box of cornbread like some people do. I don't like the texture of that one. Alright, so what I have here is cream of celery. And I'm also going to use the cream of chicken mushroom. And actually, I think I got another one that's like a herb and garlic mushroom. Hold on. Yeah, the cream of mushroom with roasted garlic. I'm going to use that one as well. Okay, but anyway, so what I did do is go ahead and pour in that first batch of the cornbread mix. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and pour in some of this concoction, because what that does is pull it together. Put some of that turkey in there. Alright, so now I'm going to mix that up a little bit. Try to tip that for you. See, it goes in dry, but then once you start adding the liquid, and I like to heat my liquid up. Okay, see that? So that there is one bag. Let me see. That's one bag. And I'm debating on whether I'm going to use all three or if I'm going to just use two today. But here we go. Garlic powder, Kroger brand. Yes. And I'm going to season that up good. Not going to season it too much because I did use smoked turkey wings. And smoked turkey wings are a little salty. So I don't want to overpower the meal, making it too salty. Then anybody won't eat it, right? So here we go. Some black pepper from Publix. Publix is the closest store to my house, but I tell you one thing. They expensive. They expensive. I got money, but I ain't got money to be spending it all up in Publix, honey. Alright, this here is onion powder. I have already went ahead and put in my Italian seasoning. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and pour in another bag of the dressing. This one is the yellow one, the cornbread one. The first one was the herb seasoned blue bag. I knew I needed to use a deep pan this year, because last year, not last year, 2018, I believe it was, when I was with my in-laws, I end up needing to use 2 pans. All right. So we're gonna go back in with our broth and turkey combination. Spills a little. All right. And always remember, if you do end up running out of broth, since that is already hot, you can just go ahead and pour in some more that you might have. And I do have an extra bottle in my pantry in case I do need more. Y'all, look at that. Look at that turkey and stuff. That, oh my God, that looks so good. Alright, so I'm going to go in with this cream of mushroom. Because I don't really eat mushrooms, but everybody else like them. Plus, I thought this was a great combination, the whole cream of mushroom with roasted garlic. So, here we go with that one. Oh, by the way, this is day of Thanksgiving, so I'm not really one to prep too much the day before. I like to cook all my stuff the day of because I like it fresh and hot. Alright, so there we go. We got the cream of roasted garlic there. Mixing that up real good. I don't know if y'all were actually able to see how hard those breadcrumbs were. Right now what I'm doing is chopping up that turkey meat. Because there's some chunks in there because I ain't shredded like I should have, but still will be good, I tell you that much. Ooh, look at that. See, this is what I'm saying. You don't really need the 3 bags. Look at this is a big container of dressing. We ain't having that many people. But this here, right here, looks perfect. It's just enough. Oh, but lastly, my sage sausage. I'm gonna put that up in there.
That one big one up there.
Good morning. I'm doing my Thanksgiving video. All right. So now, here we go. Sage sausage in the dressing. And then what we're going to do is pop this baby in the oven until it gets a nice solid texture going. Ooh, you gotta have strong arm when you're mixing this here up together. Ooh, honey, my ears hurt. I work from home on the computer. And I tell you one thing, it takes a toll on your wrist. It really does. Alright, so here we go. Oh, I gotta season this some more too. But let me put a little bit more seasoning in there, and then I'm gonna pick it up and show y'all what we got. This here, must have in the cabinet. Must have. I'm not gonna put too much because I don't want it to be too spicy. I don't want nobody to be complaining about it's hot. But this Creole right here, I love it. What I'm gonna do next for y'all is the yams. And what I'm also gonna go ahead and add just a bit more broth. Don't ask me about no measurements, cause baby, I don't do that there. I just sprinkle. onion powder, garlic powder, pepper. Not too much pepper because I did put some Creole. Let me just put a little bit more though. And those cream of chickens and the chicken broth. Let me get just a little bit more broth, and then we're gonna put that in the oven. All right. What I use really is about 1 3/4 of those. The reason why you want to put a little extra broth in there is because as it's baking in the oven, the moisture is going to cook out. You don't want it to be soupy. But you do want it to be nice and wet. So yeah, I'm not going to use that bag of dressing right there. What I'm going to do is go ahead and taste this. And I don't put eggs in my dressing either. I know a lot of people do that, but I don't. Alright, so we're going to see what it's tasting like. And this is already cooked food. It ain't raw, so you ain't got to worry about that. That's, baby. Y'all look at this here. Not Benjamin? That dressing good. Alright, so now that the dressing is done, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it in foil because it's going to go in the oven here in a few. Right now I got my ham in there. It's got about 58 more minutes. Then I'm going to put that glaze on top, and then that's going to be done. And it's 8 o'clock, so looks like dinner going to be done around 12, 1 o'clock. So that's a good thing because, you know, Thanksgiving don't nobody really eat breakfast. But this here, all this here I'm cooking, trying to tell you, mouth watering. All right, so what we are doing now are those greens. So what I have in this pot are my ham hocks that I boiled down to tear apart. They are smoked, along with a little bit of smoked turkey skin. And then we have all these greens that I did wash and rinse yesterday, and then I stuck them in the refrigerator. So now I'm gonna go ahead and probably rinse them off one more time. Well, actually they don't need to be rinsed again. So yeah, they still moist. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting those in the pot, and I'm gonna let it go ahead and boil together, and then I'm gonna show you the finished product. Yes, yes, those are those deviled eggs. Got my little bit of sugar, my sweet relish, my pepper, and my yellow mustard. And I use mayonnaise, but it's all gone. So there we go. And next is the macaroni. All right, and this is gonna be the macaroni. Right now, what I got in there is some Kobe Jack shredded, some sour cream, and next I'm gonna go ahead and add some milk and my seasonings. All right, and now I am topping off the macaroni with some cheese. All right, that there is gonna be the macaroni, and about that big. Now we're gonna bake it, and okay, and now is the time for the yams. Alright, so right now what I'm doing is slicing up the yams and putting them in a pan with sugar, cinnamon, vanilla, and butter. What I do is I layer it. I'll do like a level of sweet potatoes, and then I'll come back through and sprinkle the sugar and the cinnamon. I usually do nutmeg. Forgot to grab some when I was at the store. You don't need a lot of vanilla. You just need a good splash of it. That's all. Not too much. So I got that second layer there. So I'm gonna come through and do my sugar. Uh-oh. Oops. Uh-oh. Alright. Okay. Alright, so there is a generous amount of sugar. Let's see. And then I'm going to come through and sprinkle some more cinnamon. And you do this layer by layer. So here's the vanilla. Watch this. Splash now. Just a splash, a splash. That's a splash. And still got some in there. You hear that? Okay. So now what I need to do is go ahead and cut my butter. Really don't need to. It done melted, y'all. I had it all morning. Uh-oh. There go Kiki. I'll call her back. Video Kiki. Alright. Now, I'm going to chop up this last sweet potato. Oh yeah, I said I was about to do the butter, y'all. Let's do the butter real quick.
Yeah.
Look. Do you see that shit?
Yeah.
Do you see that shit? Like, it's not even behaving. But I just got a retwist and it's not falling wrong.
Because it's not. It's a different grade of hair.
That it is.
You see that? Do you see that? She right here.
Lisa.
What's up?
Okay, so I want to say this thing for Mother's Day, right? Remember how for Father's Day we did like a little game thing? And it was like asking questions how well you know your daddy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So for Mother's Day, we want to do something like that with Mama and see how well her daughter-in-law know her. So, trying to give you a heads up. So when she come down now, you need to ask her whatever it is you feel like you don't know. Because come Mother's Day, we gonna play a game and I'm just gonna ask y'all random questions. Mama saying that don't count if it don't work like that. Because y'all got to spend time with her.
You need to come up with a game you can play with Paula.
Say what?
You need to come
She
up
only
with...
got one child. She only got one child.
She got a Kiana in-law. She got a Pierce in-law.
That's not fair. That don't fair. Her daughter win. I'm not saying it's the game.
Her daughter ain't got to play that game.
She would win.
She don't have to play against y'all. It could be just y'all.
Okay, so that is my sister-in-law on the phone with my husband, but just disregard that conversation. Anyway, I'm going to do my last topping of the sugar, the cinnamon, and the butter. So, as you can see, this is what the pan is looking like right now.
I got like 2. And I'm like, man, I just got a retwist. Like, why it's not like...
Kiki, what you doing for Thanksgiving?
Go to Kira's house a little bit.
You said who got to work?
I got to go to work at 6.
Um,
I ain't seen grandma yet. She been down there.
You see? Yeah, I talked to her.
Uh-oh, y'all. I said one layer left, but still had a couple sweet potatoes over here.
I needed mama to make our macaroni and cheese stuff. They couldn't leave it out yet.
What?
I needed our macaroni and cheese. They couldn't leave it out yet.
You should know how to make macaroni and cheese.
I know how to make macaroni and cheese, but I like my mama.
Don't be holding my mama up now. You live with her. You get to see her all the time. I don't. What? Yeah.
Girl, I'm not gonna remember that stuff come back. The fries ain't that great, child.
The other game, that's not. That's like how well you sound. That was. That's like how well you sound. But Tam and Chloe didn't get
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the yams, the dressing, the mac, the ham, and the collard greens. All right, y'all. This is what we got. This is my sample. And the yams is in the oven.